Okay, yes, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's start. Vamshi Vibhishita Karana Navanira Pitam Taruna Bimba Paranarahastam Puranendu Sundara Mukha Aravinda Netra Krishna Param Kimapi Tattvamaham na jane Kararavinde Napadarvindam Mukaravinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patra Kaputeshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Hudirayat Nasthaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nayistiki Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thanks for the opportunity to purify my consciousness on this early morning of Sunday. So we are going to discuss today the important chapter of the Prahlad instructs to his demonic schoolmates. I just want to give some prelude about this class and about in general, about the Prahlad past times, how Prahlad has become a devotee in spite of his father being a demon, right? And we know that Prahlad Maharaj's mother is Kayadu and his father is a Hiranyakashipu, and greatest, what you call the big demonic person, that he's disturbing all over all creations, all the 14 planetary systems. Is making a big havoc, and based on that, all devatas thought, my mother Kayadu became pregnant, and let me also the son who comes out of mother Kayadu could be a big demon. And they all caught her, and they wanted to take Mother Kayadu to kill the Hiranyakashipu in the mother's womb. And on the way, Mother Narada Muni met them and said, no, this person who is mother's womb is not a demon, he is going to be a devotee. Okay, then he stops them and he takes Mother Kayadu into Narada Muni ashramam. And Narada Muni was teaching Bhagavatam to Mother Kayadu. And when Madhvi was teaching in the womb of Mother Kayadu, Mother Maharaj started listening Bhagavatam from the womb. And this also one of the instructions that when mothers carrying babies, and this is one instruction that we instruct that attending these spiritual classes, so that the fetus in the mother's womb also gets benefited. This is one of the evidences that. So Prahlad Maharaj, and one time Mother Kayadu was totally slept, and because she was tired, because she's pregnant. At some point, Narada Muni was hearing a sound called ooh, ooh, ooh. Then Narada Muni was getting surprised. Who is this boy? Who is this saying ooh, ooh? Mother Kayadu looks like sleep. That is from the sound vibration of Prahlad Maharaj from the mother's womb, that he is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam in the womb. And that's how he heard first time in the Bhagavatam. This is the process of the transcendental literature, how we can purify not only people on this planet, but who are present in the mother's womb. In the same way, nature, when we study Srimad Bhagavad in front of in our houses, all the living entities that are present, just by vibration of the sound, the purification process begins. So, and this also confirms that the devotional practice, not just, oh, I have to wait for 30, 35, 40, or until my retirement. The devotional process for the living entity starts from mother's womb. Okay. And that's how it's a prelude to this one. So I would like to just, there are 33 shlokas, I think so, but I may not go through all of them, but we'll do the crux of it, what it says, 30 shlokas, okay? What we will do, a general process, we'll just recite first one shloka, then we keep reading all the text and see what nectarian points we can glean from it, okay? If you are unmute, I would request everyone, Sunday early morning fresh, repeat after me. Sri Praharada Huvacha.
Sri Prahalad Uvacha.
Kaumaraha Charet Prajna.
Kaumarechara Pragnadam.
Dharman Bhagavatam Hiha.
Dharman Bhagavatam.
Durlabham Manusham Janma. Tadapya Dhruvam Hartadam. Any Matajis would probably recite, maybe one from Prabhuji, one from Matajis, please.
Sri Prahalada Uvacha.
Sri Praharada Uvacha.
Kaumara Acharet Pragno.
Kaumara Prajno.
Dharman Bhagavatam Iha.
Dharman Bhagavatam Iha.
Durlabham Manusham Janma.
Durlabham Manusham Janma.
Tadapya Dhruvam Artadam.
Tadapya Dhruvam Artadam. One month. Sri Praharada Uvacha.
Kaumaracharet Prajno.
Kaumaracharet Prajna.
Dharman Bhagavataniha.
Dharman Bhagavataniha.
Durlabham Manusham Janma.
Durlabham Manusham Janma.
Tadapya Dhruvam Atardam.
Tadapya Dhruvam Artadam. Thank you, Mataji Prabhuji. At lack of time, let's proceed. Thank you again for the reciting shloka. So, synonyms. Sri Prahlad Uvacha. Prahlad Maharaj said, Kaumara, Kaumara in the tender age of childhood. Acharet should practice. Prajna, one who is intelligent.
One who is intelligent.
Dharman, occupational duties.
Dharman, occupational duties.
Bhagavatam, which are devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Bhagavatam, which are devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Iha, in this life.
In this life.
Durlabham, very rarely obtained.
Durlabham, very rarely obtained.
Manusham, human.
Manusham, human.
Janma, birth.
Janma, birth.
That. Api, even.
Even.
Adurvam, impermanent, temporary.
Adruvam, impermanent, temporary.
Arthadam, full of meaning.
Arthadam, full of meaning.
Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. So repeat after me, please. Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body.
One who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body
from the very beginning of life.
From the very beginning of life.
In other words, from the tender age of childhood,
from the
From
tender
the tender age of childhood.
to practice the activities of devotional service,
to
To
practice
practice the
the
activities of devotional service.
giving up all other engagements.
Giving up all
Giving
other
all
engagements.
engagements.
The human body is most rarely achieved,
The human body
The
is
human body is
most
most rarely
rarely
achieved.
achieved.
and although temporary like other bodies,
And although
Although
temporary like other bodies,
like other
it is meaningful
bodies,
because in human life,
it is meaningful because
it is
in human
meaningful
life
because in
life,
human life,
they lost a connection.
one can
Hello?
perform
Can you hear me?
service.
devotional service.
Okay, sorry. It's meaningful because the human form life can perform devotional service.
Even a
It
slight
is
amount
meaningful because in human life one can perform devotional service.
Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection.
even a
Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection.
ज्ञातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति यद्वदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं सीतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So this is beautiful, and this whole chapter, actually, the first one shloka would be sufficiently enough for us to understand the whole chapter based on what Prahlad Maharaj beautifully explains here how the human form, and again, I just want to give some more prelude. And Hiranyakashipu wanted his son Prahlad Maharaj like him, big demon. He can create a terror all over the 14 planetary systems, because a father always expects his son would be more than his father. That's a natural tendency of any normal human being. So he wanted his son to become a big demon, and he can trouble all the demigods, etc., etc. That was the intention of the Hiranyakashipu. But on contrary, what happened? Because Prahlad Maharaj, look at the seed of devotional service, how it acts on the consciousness of the living entities. That Prahlad Maharaj, because he only heard one time Narada Muni reciting Bhagavatam, he was the womb. Look at the power of the fetus in the womb when they hear Krishna Katha, how it affects their entire existence. This is the evidence. So, because he heard, and he somehow became very opposite to his father. Because father is a demon, now he became a devotee of Krishna. Okay, and in this, he's giving such a whole this chapter I was reading yesterday. He's giving such a beautiful, and Prahlad Maharaj sends his son to get his MBA degree of what? On the how to exploit 14 planetary systems, how to trouble the demigods, how to disturb the yajnas going on the 14 planetary systems. You want to get an MBA degree on that one. But Prahlad Maharaj said the MBA stands for what is mucus, bile, and air. That is what we made of. MBA degree, mucus, bile, and air. That's what he said. My dear dad, our bodies are very useless if you don't use to the service of Krishna. Look at that. This human form of the body is very rare to get. And Bhagavatam it says that Durlabho Manusho Deho Dehi Namshana Banguram Tatrapi Durlabham Manya Vaikunta Priyadarshanam explains that this human form of that 8.4 million species of lives are there. And Prahlad Maharaj explained that this is very rare to get human form of the life. And it is human form of the life, and then we'll go through some of the translations here, and then we'll be spending how much time in our sleep. And in a normal human being, okay, I assume that you become a devotee. Even in the case of devotees, we claim to be devotees. In that case also, we'll be sleeping at least 8 to 9 hours on ordinary case. And if you take that one, at least 40% of our whole age has been gone for the sleep. Then, until, especially, I came late into Krishna consciousness, and we were lost so much time. So in that case, what is the amount of time left for us to practice devotional service? Okay. So here, I'll just go through the translations one by one and take important points from the each of text one. So then this is a lesson that Prahlad Maharaj has been sent to Gurukul. And he has teachers, two teachers. Okay, teachers were teaching, but every time when teachers were teaching about how to exploit the natural resources, how to trouble demigod, they have chapter 1, chapter introduction. First introduction they had, how to exploit 14 planetary system. Second chapter, how to trouble demigods. Third chapter, how to fight with the demigods, etc. They have chapters, but on contrary, Prahlad Maharaj is studying about, okay, how to do Krishna Bhakti, how to engage in devotional service, how to convert my friend into Krishna devotees. That's what we do, right? Wherever we go, especially we have Bhaktrukshas, we go and, we talk about Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj is also doing that one, okay, how to increase my strength of my class. With devotees of Krishna. And here Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficient intelligent should use this human form of body very beginning of life. When we ask for devotional service, oh, Prabhuji, I'm very busy, let me wait until my retirement. But what guarantee is that we are going to live until retirement? We can kick the bucket any time. In other words, from the tender age of childhood to practice active devotional service, give up all other engagements. Here, give up all engagements. I have this one to do, that one to do, this one to do, right? Give up all the engagements. Devotional service is the top priority. Human form of the body is meant for self-realization. If that is not done, anything else is a secondary. Doesn't matter. You may be a CEO, you may be a DEO, doesn't matter. You may be a richest person, doesn't matter. If you are not using your human form of the body for the right purpose, if it is made of dharme nahina pashubi samana, the dharma of the living entity is self-realization. If that is not done, then you're violating the why human form of the body is meant for self. That everything else is a useless. When you leave this body, when you go to Krishna, what are the things you're going to take with him? Take with you? Nothing comes with you except devotional service performed for Lord Krishna and Vishnu. That would come with you. That will determine your next destination. That is what Prahlad is explaining. Use this body for the right purposes, which is meant for. Okay. The human body is mostly rarely achieved. Durlabha, very rare. Durlabha manava janma. Abhaya charana aravindare. Okay. And also, he's telling all his classmates, all classmates, attending classes morning to evening, everybody, all the Rakshasas, that is a Rakshasa Gurukul Center, all Rakshasas are there. And in our Kali Yuga also, all our schools, other than Gurukuls, are Rakshasa schools. They tell how to, exploit this, that. But, we have no other choice to learn some of them. But after learning them, we should utilize for the service of Lord Sri Krishna. That is our aim here. So he's telling all his friends, when teachers were not there, he tells them, hey, don't do this. Start Vishnu Bhakti, start chanting Krishna name, and let us do that. Paint a Krishna's picture. And all these things he's telling. Then teachers are coming in class. What is wrong with this body? He's a son of Hiranyakashipu. For example, like a minister's son. When you go to schools, minister's son, he will be given a top priority. And they're giving top priority to Prahlad Maharaj in the school, but he's coming with all opposite information what the teachers are teaching. And they're asking him to paint a big Rakshasi. His dad is a big Rakshasi. If you paint his picture, he paints nicely Vishnu picture with fruit and this one. He said, what is wrong with this one? And when teachers were not in the class, he tell them, hey, Krishna is the supreme. Krishna is the one we need to worship. And all the boys started, because when you're a child, you are easily carried away by the ideas of other people, is influenced by them. And they all started doing, the teachers were knocking their heads. What is going on with this Hiranyakashipu's son? He's supposed to be a big demon, but he's turning on contrary in a different way. And he's explaining his classmates what to do. The second chapter, he said, the human form of life affords one to chance return home back to Godhead in the human form of life. The best chance to go. I like the word Prabhupada, return home. How beautiful hearing these words again, every day, every second. Return home, return home, return home. We think, my home is in New Jersey or my home is in Hyderabad, India, this, that we think. But our permanent home, return home back to Godhead. These are the words, comes tears from our eyes, how Prabhupada has made us to memorize these words, home, back to Godhead. That is our real home. Therefore, every living entity, especially in the human form of life, must engage in devotional service of lotus feet of Vishnu. Okay, I just want to make it very clear. It's only Krishna Bhakti. Okay, and this is confirmed by Lord Sri Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita in n number of slokas. Because I'm doing 8th chapter now in my Bhakti Raksha, everywhere Krishna gives very clear. Antakale chamamema smaran mukta kalevaram yet prayasi nadbhabam yet nasti atra samshaya. No doubt, if you follow me, you will definitely come to me. Yam yam yapi smaran bhavam. Whatever consciousness you have at the time of, he says in the 5th shloka, remember me the time of death. And says that when you remember the time of death, you come to me. The next says is, if you don't remember the time of death, whatever consciousness you have at the time of death, that you are going to achieve. That is, you are going to get whatever body. Okay, provided you acquire enough pious grades to become a human form of the body. For example, you want to become a president in the White House. Yes, it's a good desire. But first of all, if you don't deserve or you don't gain enough pious grades to become a human form of the body, then you become a big cockroach in the White House. Why? Because you don't deserve the human form of the body. In the same way here, Krishna is explaining this devotional service is natural because Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the most beloved, the master of the soul, and the well-wisher of the all living beings. He is a well-wisher of the all and master of the soul. Master of the soul is super soul present in our heart. He's a master. He's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, he expanded in as a Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu into each and every living entity. Okay, that's what is explained here. Then, next sloka is saying, Plasma has continued, my dear friends, born of demonic families, the happiness perceived with reference to sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life. Even hogs and dogs can have the perception of the life obtained through the material activities, according to one's past fruitive activities. Okay, because we try to get rich overnight, we try to get this, that, but as per our karma or as per our bank balance, what we have made until previous lifetime, that will be given to us. That's why we don't have to, work too hard to maintain our disgusted lives. Prahlad Maharaj very clearly says that happiness can be obtained from any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor. Whatever given to our quota by Lord Krishna and Supreme Lord, whatever we deserve in our bank, that will be given. And just as we obtain distress and distress also comes as per our karmic reactions. We all know that we all have a baggage of karma. Go down of karma is there in our back. Whatever we did in the previous lifetimes. And that's called aprarabdha karma, whatever manifested. And with the Prahlada explained that with the help of Vishnu and Krishna, we can also eradicate some of the aprarabdha karma, which is yet to be manifested. That is the power of Krishna Bhakti. In the Bhakti Ramaswami Hindu, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada explained that aprarabdham phalam papam bijam kotam phalonmukam karmaneya phalayate Vishnu Bhakti pratarpanam. By taking Krishna's Bhakti, we can reduce the amount of aprarabdha karma which yet to be manifested. That's what I explain here. And altogether, when they're connected to parampara perfectly doing that, all our karmas which are yet to be manifested in our lives can be made to nullified. He's telling very clearly that endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed. for the result only in a loss of time and energy, okay, with no actual profit. If one endeavors are directed toward Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain spiritual platform or self-realization. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. We all know economic development, higher principles of morality, all these things, industrialization, very industrialization, they all lead to where? They lead us to take life after life, coming back and forth, back and forth. But if one endeavors are directed toward Krishna consciousness, can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization. That is what we are looking for. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. Economic development we may be living in this lifetime, maybe end of this lifetime we'll be enjoying. But once we leave this body, where is our destination? Where is our destination? That's why it's called the Krishna consciousness teaches art of dying successfully. And this is the whole sense. Economic development teaches art of living. Art of living doesn't matter how we live, but art of dying. Once you master art of dying, art of living is included in the art of dying. That is what our Krishna calls art of dying. How successfully we die. And that is where successfully we go after this life. That is what we are more worried, because in the fraction of the Brahma's life scale, this 89 years of life is no big deal. It's a fraction of the second. But rest of the eternity, where you want to direct your soul, where you want to go, what you want to do after this lifetime, that's very, very essential, because we take insurance policies. Oh, when I die, my folks get $500,000, $1 million, this, that. They all enjoy it. That's fine. But what is your destination? What you are taking with you when you leave this body? How you are going to show your face to Krishna? How your face going to show to Yamadutas and Vishnudutas when they come to take up your soul? That is the richness we have to cultivate day by day. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Maharaj beautiful explains Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Any process we take up, we go back to Krishna with the confidence, Krishna. And also, when we die confidently. I know where my destination is. We have seen recently so many Maharajas, so many devotees leaving their bodies with a spiritual ecstatic movements. Look at their faces when they die, glowing all the time. Why is this happening? The confidence in Krishna. Krishna gives that energy and strength when we leave this body. That is what Bhagavat is explaining very beautifully here. Okay? Therefore, while in this material existence, a person fully competent to distinguish wrong from right must endeavor to achieve highest goal of life, as long as the body is stout and strong and is not embarrassed by dwindling. This is very essential for us, all of us. When you are young, we go to movie theaters, enjoy life, left and right, cow up, let me enjoy my life. Don't disturb me, please. This divorce service I'll take only after my retirement. I am the breadwinner in the house. Please don't do this, don't do that. Then we take that. But on contrary, we should do. When you are young, you should go to temples. When you get old, watch movies. That is how it should be. This world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world, right? We should be engaging in devotional service. And when your body strength, okay, and we are strong and not embarrassed by dwindling, body goes to dwindling process, right? And before that starts, we should take up the devotional service. And in our central New Jersey, we are so fortunate to have all the devotees who take up different services under the direction of our senior management, and we are helping. We should increase that tendency so that we can confidently die and take some valuable gift towards Lord Krishna, saying that this is what I did, Krishna. Then in the court of Yamaraj and Vishnudutas, they can fight a case against us. No, this devotee has done Krishna Seva this long and this far, and he should be awarded third soul destination. That would be easy to do that. Okay. Every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years. That's a maximum duration, right? 10 to the power of 5 in Satya Yuga, 10 to the power of 4 in Treta Yuga, 10 to the power of 3 in Dwapara Yuga, 10 to the power of 2 in Kali Yuga. But for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completely lost, because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such a person has a lifetime of only 50 years. Okay. Even assume that we started our devotional is age of 1. I'm just giving rough idea. No, at least I started middle age or less than middle age, my devotional service to Krishna. And in that case, our time is still very less. But even if you start age of 100 years, assume that you'll be living 100 years. You'll be 50 years, we are sleeping. Past 20, 30 years, struggle for career, this, that. So we hardly have few years, not even years, I would say, maybe in terms of days we have, so that we should perfect our devotional service. I think one story remembers from Bhagavatam, Katha Muni. Katha Muni did all those things. He was not aware about this devotional service, but he had only fraction of the second. We all know that story. Fraction of the second. He perfected and he went back to devotional, spiritual world. So time is not a factor. The seriousness is a factor here. The intensity we perform is very important, as per Prahlad Maharaj here. In the tender age of childhood, when everyone is bewildered, we all bewildered, even now also, one passes 10 years. Similarly, in boyhood, engage in sporting and playing, one passes another 10 years. In this way, 20 years are wasted. Similarly, in old age, when one is invalid, unable to perform even material activities, one passes another 20 years externally. So when you are young, you say, let me enjoy it. When you are old, you become, I have this pain, that pain. What is that? Our Kulashekar Alvar, Krishna Tadiya Pada Pankaja Panjarastam Advaita Me Vishatu Manasaraja Hamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavata Pitte Kanto Vadodhana Vidam Smaranam Kutaste. My dear Krishna, take my body when all my body parts are working. Kapavata Pitte, the time of death, I may not call your name because my voice is choked with mucus. MBA degree, mucus, bile, air. If somebody gets MBA degree, this is the degree we are getting in material. Mucus, bile, and air. That is made of our body. This is a degree we are getting, my dear devotees. That's why devotional service to Krishna is utmost important. And also in the 8th chapter, Krishna says that, okay, he says, Yam Yam Vavi Bhavana Saramina, how to remember Krishna. If you don't remember Krishna, what consciousness you have at the time of death, you get that one. But he also gives how to remember also. How to remember. He gives Sarva Kaleshu, this is a sloka, I don't remember exactly. He says, by taking the name of Krishna, Nama is so powerful in Kali Yuga. Kalikala Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar. He came in the name of Nama. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. All rasas are there in Krishna's name. Why Krishna is invested all his energies, Nama Guna Rupa Lila is manifested in the name of Krishna. Okay, and here he's saying that, ninth one, what person to attach to household life due to being unable to control his senses can be liberated himself. An attached householder is bound very strongly by ropes of affection for his family, wife, children, and other relatives. There's nothing wrong in connecting, but as per Prabhupada's reputation, he says that, yes, connect them, but when you're connected to Krishna, you can see everyone with relationship with Krishna, then everybody becomes a devotee in the house. That's how it should be taken out. Money is so dear that one conceives money as being sweeter than honey. That's beautiful. Therefore, who can give up the desire to accumulate money, especially in household life? Thieves, professional servants, soldiers, and merchants try to acquire money even by risking their very dear lives. Of course, this is not at all recommended. We should be given whatever work by God's grace, do it, and spend time in devotional service, hearing Krishna Katha, etc. We should be doing. And these are all the instructions Prahlad Maharaj is giving to his friends in the class who are the sons of the all great demons. Okay, how can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart being always fulfilled with their pictures, give up their association? Specifically, a wife is always very kind and sympathetic and always pleases her husband in solitary place. We could give up association of such dear and affectionate wives. Small children talk in broken language, very pleasing to hear. In their affectionate father always thinks the sweet words. How could give up association? I have only elderly parents and one son's daughter is also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to father. While leaving her husband's house, she is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in household affairs, there are many decorated items, household furniture, and there are also animals and servants. Who could give up such comforts? The attached household like a silkworm, which waves a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned, unable to get out, simply the satisfaction of two important senses, the genitals and the tongue. One is bound by material condition. Look at beautiful this side. We have affection to all these things, wife, kids, etc. But here, the message coming here is that it's not a negative to have attachment to family or to wife or kids, etc. But right attachment, the right way the attachment, we all together when serve Krishna or take up the worship of Vishnu at home, then our home becomes Kunta to Vaikunta. Kunta is all miseries, this problem, that from morning to evening. But when you become Vaikunta, when Vishnu is worshipped at home, and your house becomes a temple. And also Prabhupada writes, mainly all these attachments comes when you're connected to these genitals and tongue. Tongue has to be controlled. How the tongue has to be controlled? Two ways tongue can be controlled. But the two ways, one is by eating Krishna prasadam, sevan makehi jivadav, swayam eva sparati ada. By eating prasadam, we can elevate our consciousness. And also we are reading the third chapter. When you eat prasadam, it becomes the antibiotics also. And this prasadam has so much power. And Prabhupada in early days, in the Brooklyn especially, Prabhupada never taught them chant Hare Krishna or read Bhagavatam. He used to cook prasadam and he used to make nice rasagollas. Rasagullas, the Bengal, rasagullas and gulab jamuns. Every week he used to make. All the African American devotees, they used to come for these feasts. And slowly, by eating this Krishna prasadam from the pure devotees of the Lord, like Srila Prabhupada, they turned out to be devotees. And we have the similar effect now by offering prasadam and vibrating our tongue with the Maha Mantra and Krishna's glories. And genitals have to be controlled. And I have one shloka, we all know that, right? Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaro pasta vegam. Etan vegan yo visheta dhiraha, sarvam epimam pratim sasishat. Person, a sober person who can tolerate urge to speak, the mind's demands, action of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world, especially our tongue, my devotees. The tongue control is very, very essential. The tongue is not controlled properly, then whole trouble starts from there. Tongue has to be very, very clearly should be controlled. Okay, and where I am, 7, 5, which I'm doing.
Sound 6:14.
7, 6. Where is that 7, 6, 14? Did I lose it?
Go back one more page.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me give
Yeah.
Yeah, 7, 6. Genitals have to be controlled. That's very essential, controlling the body parts, and they utilize it for the proper service. See, the Prabhupada gives only one solution to all these things is engage your senses for the devotional service. That's the beauty, that's the best way, because Krishna is the master of the senses. Rishikeshena, Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti. We don't have to specifically put separate endeavor to control our senses. The moment you engage your senses to Krishna service, first of all, what happens is your senses automatically get satisfied. Why? Because you are part and parcel of Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna is the superset. Senses, and we are the subset in the superset. The superset Krishna's activities, Krishna's senses are satisfied. All the subsets in the superset get satisfied. We are subsets in the Krishna set, and we get our senses get satisfied. You don't have to go to any special vacation for Hawaii, or you don't have to go to cruise. All those things. We are temporarily escaping those. You come back, you have to deal with the same rut again. But one Krishna Bhakti, which eradicates all problems in our life, is Krishna Bhakti. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And one who is too attached cannot understand that he's wasting his valuable life for maintenance of his family. He also fails to understand that purpose of human form of life, a life suitable for civilization. Look at that. Once we miss this human form of the body, Durlabho manusho deho, dehi nam kshanabhanguram. At any moment we can die, right? There's no guarantee we are going to live until tomorrow. At least Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days notice that, okay, yeah, at least we are guaranteed to live 7 days. But in our case, we don't know, right? So take up the devotion service very sincerely right now. There's no postponement, right? The postponement in devotional service, we have seen so many stories. Dashrath Maharaj postponed one night giving a crown to Lord Ramachandra. Whole thing has turned upside down. And there is one story, Dana Karna. Karna was a Dana Karna when he was drinking ghee with the golden cup, right? And Krishna saw that. Then Krishna asked, Dana Karna, can you give that to me a gift? He said, immediately he gave it the left hand. Then Krishna got a little offended. Why you're giving the left hand? Then Danakarna said, my dear Lord, the moment I give my change my plate from left hand to right hand, my mind can change. I may not want to give it. That's why I'm immediately giving. So that what I'm saying is the urgency of any spiritual activity to perform, there's no question of postponement, because that can lead to any disasters later. Okay. One who cannot understand human form of life is maintenance for his family. He also fails to understand purpose of human form of life. Human form of life is meant for self-realization, truth, being imperceptible. However, is clearly attend to seeing not a single part in lost by mismanagement. So that's why, dear devotees, we are in the precarious, or we are in the emergency situation here. There's not much time left for us, but an emergency situation. So this devotion service has to be taken up, regardless of whatever happens in our life, because nobody has a smooth and what you call a very decorous life. No, we are all having problems, but this has to be taken into consideration very seriously. Devotional service of Supreme Lord is supreme, highest. What is that? Savai Pamso Puro Dharma. That's the one which gives a full satisfaction to the heart of the devotee. And we don't need to try. We have so many mental engagements. You don't try to neglect them. The moment you involve in Krishna Bhakti, automatically they get detached. We don't have to put any special endeavorment for those things. Okay. Here, Prabhupada explains that the core of heart is immersed in how to accumulate money. Although he knows that one who takes the wealth of others will be punished by the law of government and by the laws of Yamaraja after death, he continues cheating others to acquire money. Look at that, the negative sequences. Yamaraj is waiting for us. Also, Yamaraj also instructs his Yamadutas. Anybody who takes up Krishna Bhakti, never ever dare to go too close to them. There's also given instruction to Himadutas. And we know the great Ajamila story, what happened to him. He unintentionally called the name of Krishna by his son Narayan. But Krishna is, my dear devotees, we play games with Krishna. Krishna is so innocent. He's such an innocent boy. When Krishna Katha goes on, he comes and hears it like this, his own story. He forgets he's a Supreme Lord. He enjoys his pastimes when somebody is talking about him. Look at the Bilwa Mangala Thakur, when he was composing the Govinda Damodara Stuti, he was coming and hearing his slokas like this as an innocent boy. He forgets he is the Lord. He's so innocent, even if you say haram, he thinks, my haram, he take Ram, word is there. Oh, my devotee is calling me, let me go and help him. Look at that, how merciful Supreme our sweet Lord is. But the problem is us. We make situation complex. We have doubts about Krishna. And we play games with Krishna. We act smarter than Krishna sometimes. That's a problem we have, my dear devotees. That is not at all acceptable. Look at that. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Gopakumar comes to Krishna after going to planet. And when he comes, Krishna says, my dear Gopa, why did you take so long to come to me? I've been waiting you for millions of years. And our Supreme Father Krishna is waiting there for every one of us to go back to him. We gave it the process. We rejected him to begin with. No, daddy, let me go and enjoy myself. When the teenager in our, we have experience, our teenagers, no, let me live independently. I want to live my own life. Okay, go ahead. And they learn the lesson, come back. Became independent of Krishna. We don't want to stay with our Supreme Father who providing everything for us, including no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. It's not good for me. Let me enjoy, my dear dad. No, I don't want your influence on me. Let me do it. We all came here. Okay, better, just go there. But look at the mercy of Krishna. Even if we come here, he remembers us. Because Krishna has more mercy on us than people in the spiritual world. Why? Because a father or mother has a more affection for the lost child than the child at home, and is looking for anxiously waiting for. Prabhupada beautifully said that I am waiting in the spiritual world to put your hands in Krishna's hands. The Parama Vaishnava, the devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, gave that promise to us. But the problem is our mental concoction, our philosophical speculation. We're trying to minimize these things. In the 8th chapter, he says time and again, Anta kalecha mamema smaran mikta kalevaram. No doubt you come to me. Yam yam yapi smaran bhavam. And he gives that shlokas, you will surely come to me, you will surely reach to me. He says, he gives that promises. Show me where in the history, which scriptures are giving these guarantees. They're going back to spiritual world, back home, back to Godhead. That's what he is explaining here, our two friends. My dear friends, your father's parents are demons. Don't fall in that life again. Please take this Vishnu Bhakti as the primary, topmost. And my friends, sons of demons, in this material world, even those who are apparently advanced in the education have the propensity to consider this is mine and that is for others. Look at that, the references. Of course, we see in corporate America, whole fighting goes on. Thus, they are always engaged in providing the necessities of life to their families in a limited conception of family life, just like uneducated cats and dogs. They are unable to take spiritual knowledge. Instead, they are bewildered and overcome by ignorance. Totally bewildered people. This is this is what is explaining to the demons. My dears, my friends, sons of demons. In this case, okay. My dear friends, sons of demons, it is certain that no one bereft of knowledge of Supreme Personal Godhead has been able to liberate himself from the material bond any time. This is what beautiful slide. Any is bereft of anybody lack of knowledge of Supreme Lord cannot be liberated from this material bondage. Rather, those bereft of knowledge of the Lord are bound by the material laws. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. They are actually addicted to the sense gratification. Adanta gobir. When he comes back from his school also, Prahlad, the Hiranyakashipu calls, my dear son, come to me. And he puts on the lap. We do same thing. Our kids come from vacation, we show so much love. Oh, what did you eat? We make all nice sabjis, dal, we our kids same way. When Prahlad Maharaj came from his vacation, and the Hiranyakashipu was so proud. My son might have learned all what I am doing. Maybe he could become a bigger demon than me. And he calls and asks him to sit on his lap. And he, while putting his hands on his head, my dear son, can you tell me what did you learn from your teachers? And Prahlad inadvertently says that, my dear dad, and he recites one shloka. Tatsadu manye asuravarya dehina sada samadvignam dehamadad gruhat hitvatmapatam gruhamandakutam vanam gato yetharikastayet. He says, my dear daddy, it is a shloka. My dear daddy, he says, Prahlad replied, O best of the asuras, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who had accepted a temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embraced by anxieties because of having fallen in the dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up the position and go to the forest. Vanam gato yet. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So this is some of the shlokas, and some of them I could not able to finish whole chapter here. But basically the message, take-home message, what Prahlad Maharaj is telling his friends is that the devotion is the highest to Krishna. right? Of course, we are the family life, family we have, but in central New Jersey, especially devotees from here, we have so many activities to take up, engage ourselves 24/7 in Krishna consciousness. And we may think, oh, I am Krishna consciousness, I don't have to sleep. No, sleep also becomes Krishna consciousness. Eating also becomes Krishna consciousness. And everything becomes Krishna consciousness once we take up the Krishna conscious activities. Okay. And finally, I want to conclude, like, there are some thoughts, like, especially devotees talk, should I stop doing my work, because this one, that one. Nothing. You don't have to stop anything what you have been doing in your lifetimes, but just include Krishna in your lifetimes. Okay, include Krishna Bhakti and chanting, hearing, Savanam, and all these things. That way we can elevate our consciousness. And Prabhupada gave that guarantee, 16 rounds, and following these things, we are bound to go towards our our destination. Again, the few devotees never thinks, I want to go back to Godhead. That's other story as well. But at least elevate our consciousness the proper way, so that we will be given a chance to serve, if not in this planet, some other planets. And that's what confirmed in Bhagavad Gita also 2.40 says, right? Whatever devotional self you perform to Krishna, that will guarantee our human form of life. And you can continue, maybe, in this planet or different planets, but wherever we are there, we will involve in Krishna Bhakti, and that guarantee is there once you take up the devotional service to Krishna. So, and this is how the whole chapter talks about, how we need to be involved in Krishna consciousness. And this is what Prahlad Maharaj influencing his classmates to take up Vishnu Bhakti and Krishna Bhakti. Okay, so I'll stop here, and I would like to request anybody would like to add any more points which I might have missed, or anybody would like to ask questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam.
Dhanavad Pranam, Gaurishta Prabhu. It was a very nice class, what you said till now, Prabhuji. And everything is good when we hear, and in the class or somewhere in the temple. And once we come out, our dog's tail will come again to the same position.
Absolutely.
And other thing is, we actually, if you think Lord Krishna, it's my thinking, why first of all created two material and spiritual things? If he keeps only spiritual, we all should be good, right?
Absolutely.
Why we have to take all these pains all through our life, and many lives also?
All right.
That's
Absolutely.
another.
Sure. Okay. So, yes. So, sorry, what's the first question? I forget. I have very less memory, Prabhuji. What's the first question?
No problem, Prabhuji. See, we think everything is good and we have to follow all these things, what is preached in the classes or in the temple, anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's the question. First question.
Okay, I think, as far as my knowledge is concerned, yes, it's not just you, Prabhuji. Even I also, I'm not a super duper devotee. I'm giving a class here. I have same challenges like you have it. Okay. So that's why we always engage in Krishna consciousness every day. Okay, Prabhupada has given process, morning adding Bhagavatam classes, chanting, and doing your job, coming. So you try to practice as much as you can. That is what even question put by Arjuna to Krishna, right? My dear Krishna, you're talking so many things. I'm a family man. I have, of course, Arjuna had more than one wife. I have so many kids. How to take care of them? How to follow? Abhyasena tu kaunteya. He said that practice makes man perfect. There's no shorter version. And engage in some activities in the temple, and chant your rounds and attend classes. Try to elevate your consciousness. That's the only way. There's no shortcut. Magic principle comes and you become a super duper devotee. No, we have to practice time and again without giving up. That's the only it makes. Because, for example, we came to devotional service. Now we started chanting 4 to 8, 8 to 16, then Guru Diksha, then Arcane. So that's slowly you're progressing. So that keeps us. But as you said, when you go to the material world, again, you have to deal with your office, your boss, etc. But the moment you elevate your consciousness, they become very minuscule. Okay, that's fine. Let me do it. My Krishna is there to take care of. So you should get that confidence that, yes, whatever happens is happening. So I have to deal. You have to deal again at what place you have to do what you're supposed to do. It's not the devotee means, so, I'm not going to do this. We should do what you're supposed to do within permissible limits. Then we give it to Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I don't know that helps you or not, but that's the only. And we're all going through the same situation, and we are Gruhasthas, and you are in the same boat with us. So, and second question, Prabhuji, why Krishna created material world, spiritual world? Prabhuji, we all wanted to enjoy independent of Krishna. That's why he created this material world. Krishna has no interest in creating this material world, but he wanted to create, because we all requested him, Daddy, I'm not happy with you. Please, can I go and live somewhere? Or your son or comes, Daddy, we are controlling too much in the house. I don't want your influence. Let me go. Okay. We have a second house called somewhere else, and that is there, and there you can enjoy. Krishna created this second house for us because of our desire only, not Krishna's desire. We choose to live independent of Krishna. That's why he created this world. Got the point, Srinivas Prabhuji?
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah,
you choose to live. You wanted it.
Right. Yeah, my way of thinking is always we keep references of it, right, in our life. Okay, we are in this position. There is some other position which we will have to go. So that is where we think our human mind. So suppose we are in the material world, now we are telling spiritual world. That's something different. So if you don't have the second option, automatically our mind will focus and know only one thing in the life.
Correct.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, Prabhuji, thank you for your explanation.
Yeah. Anybody else would like to add some points? Please.
But Prabhuji, the class is very nice, very much eye opener. Some of the points I heard, but it was not really hitting to my mind. Today I heard few things which really touched my heart, Prabhuji. Thank you for it.
Thank you so much for your service at your service. Yeah. Devotees, you're all senior devotees. Okay, please add some points here. It's not that I'm giving class, I'm super. No, I'm just learning with all of you, and you all have no more than this one. Please add some points here. We all get enlightened.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranamam. It's the same question to what Srinivas Prabhu has asked. Prabhuji, I don't know the answer. Maybe I like to know perspectives. Like I know when we were situated well with Krishna, why we wanted to, I know we have the story of Jai Vijay, right? Even though they were Lord Narayana, they had some impudence to stop the Sanat Kumaras. And in the first place, why did we even try to enjoy independently there? So something is, even after staying with Krishna also, we have something lingering in our hearts.
Right. Independence. Our kids are happy with us at home, but still they wanted to enjoy themselves independently. I think you and I know better. Oh no, because what happens is when you're with Krishna, you're bound by certain rules and regulations. You cannot live the way you want it. You live the way Krishna wanted, right? So then you are kind of what you call pressurized. Oh, I have to leave this one. Okay, let me enjoy myself. Then Krishna says, okay, dear son, you want to enjoy. I can understand you are okay. I'm creating this world. Go there and enjoy. We came here.
Got it, Prabhuji. No, I'm telling that why. So we were not in Shuddha Sattva there. When we were with Krishna, we were not in Shuddha Sattva then. We were in having some tinge of personal tinges existing there, Prabhuji. That's why we fell off, right?
Yes, correct.
So that means even at that stage also there is a chance that...
I think Prabhupada has given this answer, I think, if I remember well. Prabhupada always says there is a, he gives an example of a tree, that jackfruit or something falls. And I forgot, honestly, if somebody remembers, remind me that he says that whether the jackfruit, something which comes first. So we are all in the spiritual world, then why we came. So Prabhupada says that, hey, we are here now, think about how you want to go back to that one. Something Prabhupada gave that explanation. Maybe some devotees remember, explain that one. So that's question was asked several times to Prabhupada. Prabhupada says that, we are here now. Our business is how to go back to Godhead. That's what he says. I don't know more than that, Prabhuji.
Right, Prabhuji. Even same here, Prabhuji. I was in the same dilemma. I thought just the perspective. What I heard from Prabhupada is somehow or other, he always mentioned somehow or other we fell off.
Yes.
And also he always says, independent. What you told, Prabhuji, your answer, that was the closest answer he always gave, that independence. He told we were misusing our independence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but why we fell off, that is, I think, for us to realize, Prabhuji. It is like a Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given some gaps there for us to evolve our consciousness, understand. Maybe this also, Prabhuji, we have to understand through our practice, maybe. But here I can correlate. I just want to share. I want to correlate here also, Prabhuji. See, as you we tend to forget Krishna, Prabhuji. We tend to forget Krishna.
That is our nature. That is our nature. That's our nature. We don't want anyone interfere in my life. I want to be alone. Because freedom. We want to choose the freedom on our. Okay, I want to be myself. I don't want anybody to influence. That's the problem. Yeah.
Right, Ravi. Freedom, and we try to neglect when we have everything. When we are with Krishna, we got everything, and we try to. I think we become complacent of it, and we try to see, oh, taken for granted. Then we try to do maybe some wrong things. I think, yeah. So, what my conclusion is, we were with Krishna, we are with Krishna even now, but if we are misusing our independence. Even now, we are with him, Prabhuji.
Absolutely.
Even in Shuddha Sattva, even now we are.
See, that's what Prabhupada explains, that we are, see, a pure devotee never thinks that I want to go back to Godhead. So pure devotee always thinks, wherever, what is Narayana para sarve, nakutasala viviti, svargeshu, narakeshu, apavargeshu, tulyata darshanam. Whether I want to, here or there, I want to serve Krishna. Even if you put me in the hell also, I'm fine. I'm happy. But I want to serve Krishna 24/7. That is the mood of a devotee. And devotee never even thinks, I want to go back to God and enjoy with him. Never thinks like that. When you come to that level of your consciousness, when elevated to such a level that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, out of his humility, he said that even if you become a dog in the devotees, I'm happy. Look at the humility of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He said that it's not, he's the seventh Goswami considered, but look at the humility of the devotee, is that even if I put it anywhere, as long as I'm using Krishna Katha and Swaranam of Krishna, that's enough for me. That purifies my heart. That links to me to Krishna. Once I'm linked to Krishna, doesn't matter where I am. It's all relative. That's it.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
Any other senior devotees, anyone would like to add?
Thank you very much, Govardhan Prabhu, for a wonderful class. I think no other questions. Yeah, we just need to practice and follow what Sri Prabhupada is giving. Tasmat sarvesh kalesh ma manusparitu mayarpitu mano buddhi mamayas or something. Just follow, not to question why we are. That why will go on till death. So follow what is being given, then you will perfect your life and you will make others also perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with the announcements. Let's Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sandhubhyo jaitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Krishna ki jai. Jai. So today's Sunday feast program is on. Please join today evening, especially on Ekadasi. So Prabhupada has instructed us to take darshan of the Lord be in the association of devotees here and chant, if possible, more than 16 or 25 rounds is the prescription on Ekadasi day. So service is also important. So we have Sunday cooking is also there from 1 to 5. Anybody is available, want to join, you can join. So Govindas, if you want to order, govindasnj.com. And the next upcoming festival, next Wednesday is Gadadhar Pandit's appearance day. And it is also solar eclipse that day and night. So follow the general, prescriptions of the eclipse. And to chant more, that is the most significant instruction is to chant, increase chanting on eclipse day especially. And then Narsingha Chaturdasi is coming up, May 4th, Narsingha Chaturdasi, fasting till dusk. We'll have celebration with Yajna, and we'll have Abhishek and Archana also, Tulsi leaves on that day, and also on Sunday, extended celebration. And you can avail Narsingha oil, Narsingha, Kavach, Narsingha book also we have in our book stall. I don't know how many limited copies maybe. All the Lord Narsingha temples all over the world is put in one big book with nice, wonderful pictures and pastimes. Please take that. It is very good, especially if you have kids, or give as a gift to others. So please take that opportunity to get that book, 108 or 101, that book. It is there in our bookstore. Thank you. We'll conclude today's session.
Book distribution and Kirtan at Apna Bazaar.
Yeah, that is 12 to 2.
12 to 2, yes.
Yeah, please join for Sankirtan, 12 to 2 at Apna Bazaar on Oak Tree Road today.
And book distribution also.
Yeah, book distribution as well. As Prahlad Maharaj stood up in the middle, it's not that he's teaching as a lecturer. Rather, teachers are there, they are talking something else. Then he stood up in the middle when they left for a break. Then he started speaking this to the Devaniya school. That's how it started. So let's take up a break at 12 to 2 and join and distribute as much as possible. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.